Imagine the spotlight turning to you. Everyone in the crowd roars. Your friends, those both on stage and in the sea of faces below, are brimming with pride. Some may even be holding back a little envy through their smiles and cheers. They may be thinking, I wish that was me. The host of the pageant hands you the roses, and the former queen crowns you and places a sash over your silver shimmering dress, draped in a chiffon half cape. You are the winner. You are a queen. You have finally achieved everything you've been working toward for this moment, this day. Maybe it's not a pageant you're dreaming of. Maybe it's graduating high school or college. Maybe it's finding true love, landing that dream job, or making your first million as an entrepreneur. Whatever it is, imagine for one moment what it would feel like to finally have everything you've ever wanted. Go on, do it. Feels pretty marvelous, doesn't it? Well, it should. But on the evening I received my crown at the Mrs. Tennessee Pageant 2021, I felt, in a word, miserable. I would go so far as to say that it was the beginning of a deep despair, a total dark night of the soul, one of which I was deeply familiar. I had seen many in my day. On that particular night, though, a deep sense of unworthiness pervaded my entire body. In fact, my whole body began rejecting this new reality. As soon as I learned backstage that I was likely the winner, I began to sob. But they weren't happy tears. They were tears of grief, mourning, and shame. You see, moments earlier, I had poured my heart out to the audience. I had shared how I'd overcome a drug addiction, traumatic childhood, and an abusive relationship. I truly believed with my whole heart that I had fully healed and that the past was all behind me. I had a long list of achievements since my recovery journey began 17 years prior to the time. I was a nationally ranked triathlete, millionaire businesswoman, wife to a beautiful, intelligent, and deeply caring man, mother to the sweetest twin boys, and now Mrs. Tennessee, from trash to a treasure beauty queen, on her way to nationals at the Westgate in Las Vegas. But I felt like an imposter, and rightly so, because I did not feel worthy like I told the judges to believe. But here's the deal. Many of us are in the same boat. We're earning achievement after achievement. We're chasing fame, fortune, love, security, or just a sense of peace and comfort within our own bodies. But we keep coming up short. No amount of minutes spent on the treadmill, money spent on nails and hair, what society deems self-care, are doing it for us. We know that there is more to this life than always striving and achieving, but we just can't place our finger on it. It always feels right outside our grasp. We're all lying to ourselves. In fact, right now there's something you're avoiding, there's something you're scared to face. We're all wearing a mask of some sort. Heck, I'm literally wearing one right now, all this on my face. We all play roles: the doting wife, the kick-ass business person, the straight-A student, the mom with all of her ducks in a row, not me, the beauty queen with seemingly perfect nails, hair, and body, only for pageant week. But there is something we're avoiding. There's something we're scared to admit to anyone, let alone to ourselves, and that is the very thing causing us shame. It's causing us to feel unworthy when we receive our proverbial crown. That is the thing that we're running from when we can't sit still. When we're losing ourselves in a Netflix binge, or my preferred trauma response, running from our demons in a race. It could be your finances. Are you chronically late on your bills? Are you secretly hiding purchases? Are you hoarding? Are you overeating, over-exercising, overspending? Are you working nonstop? Are you picking at your skin? Are you taking drugs? Are you avoiding certain people and situations? The list is endless, but you are not alone. Everyone is hiding something. I thought I had made it. I had broken free. I kicked a cocaine and meth addiction and left my last abusive relationship all by the age of 20. Finally married the man of my dreams at 34 years old after years of working on myself to manifest him. Moved into our dream home with our infant twin boys, but then I found myself drinking alcohol regularly. I woke every morning feeling the peace and predictability of my newfound family life, and it set me into a panic. My body and nervous system did not know what to do with peace, happiness, and security. All I had known was chaos, so I recreated it by drinking. I leave the babies with a nanny, head over to the country club to work, and soon after I'd find myself ordering drinks. Before I accepted my crown for Mrs. Tennessee 2021, I knew I had a problem. Now that I share with you all the problem, to impart with you the solution so you can integrate it into your own lives, I'm required to go back. I've always disliked the saying, don't look back, we're not going there, because what I have learned In order to transform into who we were created to be, we must journey back and heal our wounds. For me, I suppose my trauma story began when I was less than 2 years old. My mother left my father while he was busy at work, moved us from Florida to Tennessee. And although I don't consciously recall chasing his car down my grandparents' pea gravel driveway when he would drop me off from my visits during their divorce, my heart and my subconscious do. He eventually moved to Pennsylvania, which meant I was only going to see him during the summer and on holidays. It also meant I had to take a plane ride to see him. I was only 5 years old when I flew by myself for the first time. I was told my dad would be joining me, but at the last minute he couldn't make it. It was only right before I boarded the plane that I found out he wouldn't be coming, and I panicked. That wasn't the beginning of my abandonment wound, although it was triggered then. However, there was a woman who reminded me of my nonna, his mother, and my grandmother in Italian. She helped to soothe me by providing me with something I desperately needed, a sense of safety and belonging, one of the most foundational requirements for a person to heal. She drew me a birthday cake with 6 candles on it and spent time with me. The reality is that grandmother helped to distract me, but she cannot possibly heal the trauma within me that caused the panic in the first place. That is only a job that I could do, and that deep work didn't happen for years, not until after my breakdown at the Mrs. Tennessee pageant. Many of us have a deep wound or a trauma that's affected us from early on. I never felt truly loved or that I belonged. I'm not saying that my mother and father didn't love me. I'm saying that I never felt loved, which is different. They were incapable of loving me in the way that I, little Celia, needed to be loved. To this day, I struggle with an abandonment wound, and I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Maybe you can relate. The reality is, yes, many of us have a deep wound or a trauma, but if we can be brave enough to face it, then we can begin to heal. After doing the deep work to heal and studying my nervous system, I now understand what led me down that dark path and why so many others find themselves in the same situation. Why else in the world would a young boy or young girl feel the need to hurt or numb themselves? Though I didn't realize then what I know now, little Celia was doing everything she could to survive. When I'm talking about my younger, crazy, wilder self, I'm talking about a young girl who saved my life. I am no longer ashamed of that girl. I honor her. For years I was running from myself, from the sexual abuse and all that felt painful, but I didn't know how to process it as a child. The only time I didn't feel crazy or uncomfortable in my own skin was when I was hurting or numbing myself. Only then did my physical pain seem to match my psychic pain. Even after I broke free at 19 years old from addiction, I found solace in another person who I thought understood me, only to find myself once again trapped in a different version of hell, an abusive relationship. I tried to escape but couldn't stay away, caught up in a different, though no less familiar, addictive cycle, a codependent and toxic relationship. Just like the drugs, I used the relationship to feel whole, but I never quite was able to. The same emptiness and what I know now to be unhealed trauma that drove me to the drugs drove me straight to him. I couldn't escape the void because it wasn't something outside of me that I needed to heal me. Healing had to come from within. Like so many other women and men, I thought I needed another person to make me feel worthy of the love I longed for, but all along, that love was there waiting for me to come home to myself. I didn't need someone else to show me the way or crown me a queen. I found the love deep inside me that helped me begin to truly heal. Through years of therapy, medication for a brief season of my life, add in the magic of energetic healing, life coaching, self-healing, and self-work, I finally became fully sober in July of 2022, and only then did I quantum leap straight into my wildest dreams. No more reliance on weed, wine, self-loathing, and unworthiness, and I want to show others the need a way out, the path I paved for them. For so long, I felt so alone in this journey, and now that I'm on the other side, it is my mission to help. And in doing so, I have transmuted my traumas into my superpowers, and I'm living without shame, leaving nothing in my life to waste. I want this for each of you, to live a life on fire and to strive to inspire too. While hoping and hanging on my thread, I never would have dreamed of the life I live today. My life is the way it was before all the darkness came upon me as a child. But even better, I can recall as a child feeling this beauty, the beauty of innocence. I had no earthly idea what I could be. There was no way I could realize my true potential when I was dying inside. The light at the end of the tunnel was too far away. I couldn't even see my tunnel. I had only heard that there was one. I didn't have any physical proof, no success story to relate to. I had nothing. I didn't even have myself. I only had hope that there was something greater than me to get me through. Hope that there was something greater than myself to revive me back to life. I wanted to be free from the things that I didn't want to do. I wanted to be free from the things that I was desperately drawn to that were going to kill me if I didn't stop. My mind could barely even recall the past feelings of freedom that I felt as a child. The loud and clear voice of the lies saying I had done too much, that I was too far gone for repair, that I was a lost cause and worthless were all I could hear. But so you know, in case you relate, the trauma happened first, the beliefs about ourselves came second, then the actions followed. 70% of adults have experienced some form of trauma. That is 70% of the adults in this room and watching online. And oftentimes it's swept under the rug due to the stigma associated with it. Over a decade ago, I started rolling up the rug and fighting the stigma when I published my first book. It's now been 20 years since I've personally been set free from addiction. I know the fight it took to not only overcome it, but to finally feel like my whole and worthy self again. The name of this talk and the name of my nonprofit is Lead with Love. It was born from my healing journey and a desire to offer light at the end of the tunnel for those struggling and to inspire those who care for them to lead with love and compassion versus judgment. My hope is that together we create a ripple effect of love that heals by me sending back out into the world the same love that healed me. I'm going to end our time today with a poem that I wrote in 2011, 25 years old. I was utilizing the only vocabulary accessible to my mind at the time. For years, I would read it as precious promises vowed to me and I would cry, but now I know they are for everyone to whom these words resonate. Although I've evolved and both my mind and my heart are wide open, and I've healed most of the religious trauma of my past, the words I'm about to speak, unaltered, were my truth. And to this day, I believe that healing is a miracle worth pursuing, and there is redemptive power in both dreaming and believing. No more walls. The worst is over now. Cry your tears of relief. Do you hear the trumpet sound? It should bring you to your knees. There's always a hidden purpose you can never comprehend. Not until it's over will you ever see the end. What he does, there's a reason. And the pain inflicted, wait, love, in due season. Don't trust the feelings, they surely never last. Such as what hurts, this too shall pass. And once you resurface, only after you become a believer in his image, of God, his only Son, you will find all along the pain it served you well, the dreaming kept you alive. Now in his presence you will dwell. You know, maybe that's all he wanted all along after all, was you, his beauty, his bride, to himself without the walls. So yes, he broke you down, he tore your world apart, then put you back together and blessed you with a better start. For he knew your heart's desire wasn't what you were seeing, so he changed all that you saw and left you with a new beginning. He left you raw, he left you bare, he added his majesty and crowned your beautiful hair with his love, his kind of beauty no words could ever express. Yes, he destroyed what was, my dear, but he did it only to bless. He knew you would be thankful, for he knew he made you smart, and that after the storm was over, you would have Jesus' kind of heart. And what you suffered, you'll never know again. My child, I have given you a voice, a special voice that only spins. What you say will heal, what you say will touch. Now you're my kind of beautiful. Now you're my kind of loved. And I promise you will have what you saw in your dream, for I know your taste and I'm working behind the scenes. Your mission is to fulfill, your assignment is to speak life in the hearts of those you love, for vengeance is always mine. Forget what was, prepare for that ahead. Stick to the script, never fear, never dread. You will be made ready, you will shine bright, you will get through this, for I am by your side. I am in your heart, I am in your head, I am in your spirit, for I was never dead. I am all you dream, I am what you seek, I am all you want, I am who you need. Who has loved you more? Who has ever filled? Who has never hurt you? Who has only healed? You can't deny what is, what was, or what will be. You can't deny the facts, for that's not reality. You don't need to be validated. You don't need to be told you're okay. You only need my words in your heart. You only need me to bless your day. No one else matters, not in the way I do. No one else cares, not how I love you. So why won't you come to the giver of life, partake and absorb why he came to die? Your soul only needs what only he can give. None of your searching will ever fulfill like this. You want to be free, you want what lasts, you want to be made whole, it's in your very grasp. It's all about a choice, of getting real to oneself, a decision only we can make, and we'll never run from death. His life is forever, what he did was a big deal. If we knew what was good for us, we'd get down and we'd kneel. It's not about religion, it's not about who's who, it's not about who's watching, this is about you. This is your future, this is your now, this is for those you love, this is for us all somehow. I'm finally one who sees. I'll practice what I preach. I'll forever believe. He fixed me, I was a wreck, I was ugly, I was a mess. You'll never see those pictures. The past he put to death. He knows all my secrets, for He's been there every breath. I knew He was there the time I won't get real. All I wanted was a tear, a cold heart's wish to feel. It finally happened, and then I knew it was there. This same heart I grew up within me, this heart He never left. It was a turning point, one I'll keep to me. It was just Jesus and me that day, for He promised not to leave. This man doesn't judge, He doesn't condemn. He makes a sinner beautiful. He is the one who gives. To her wretched self, once held captive, to the hate she bore inside, she never knew all this was possible. Did you know that she almost lost her life? She only knew what she was told. She only knew what they would say. And all that wasn't too pretty, but they never knew her anyway. Even those related, the ones who impact the most, they never truly loved her, not in the way she would have chosen. Has anyone truly known her? Has she even known herself? Has anyone once seen a heart brought back from death? This heart I recognize. I remember how it feels. I can say it's nothing new and that sin, it doesn't always kill. This is what it used to be. This is what how it was. This is how it was meant for me. This is just what He does. So I'll get used to what He sees. I'll believe what He believes, and only because He says so, I'll start to believe in me. I won't let you knock me down. I won't let you push me away. My heart won't ever come near you. In His arms, I'll forever stay. And if He wants me to share this love I hold inside, I'm out of the picture. My wills for love dies. It's His game, His idea, His agenda, and His plan. I am a wreck at choosing players, so I'll let Him choose my future man. My hands this time are tied, my mouth is sewn shut. If He wants to open that door, He will only bring true love. None of what I've seen, none of what I've known, all of what He has will only bless my soul. Another sold-out believer, one who'll understand this heart and all that's in it. A love will forever stand. He'll never fall short and He'll never leave. He'll be all that I dreamed for. He was meant for me. The place I'm unsure and the timing unaware, but the beauty I can feel it from the love of His care. But back to my Jesus for now will stay, glued to His promises day after day. Forever His and forever will be, year after year, until made complete. And that won't be long in eternity's eyes, so living for what's here with my precious new life. I went a bit too long, so here's the sending. Take care and be blessed. With His love, I'll be sending. Thank you.